Imagine standing at the edge of the Italian Riviera as the sun sets, and suddenly, the unmistakable growl of a twin-turbocharged V8 tears through the coastal air. That's not just any Ferrari. That's the 2026 Ferrari Roma Spider. And this might be your last chance to experience this automotive masterpiece before it vanishes into history. Today, we're diving deep into every sensory detail of this remarkable machine, from its spine-tingling exhaust note to its meticulously crafted cabin. And I promise you, by the end of this review, you'll understand why this final year model represents the pinnacle of Italian grand touring excellence. Let's start with what makes your heart race before you even sit inside. The exterior design of the Roma Spider is a love letter to Ferrari's golden era of the 1960s, reimagined with modern sculptural elegance that makes every other convertible on the road look like it's trying too hard. The front fascia is pure aggression meets sophistication, with slim LED headlights that pierce through the air like a predator's gaze, while the signature Ferrari grille sits low and wide, channeling massive amounts of air to cool that potent power plant lurking beneath the hood. Running your hand along the hood, you'll feel the subtle power bulge that hints at the monster V8 below. And as your eyes trace the bodyline backward, you'll notice how the designers created this impossibly smooth silhouette that flows from nose to tail without a single awkward angle or unnecessary crease. The side profile is where the Roma Spider truly distinguishes itself from the hardtop Roma. That 5-layer canvas soft top can disappear in just 13.5 seconds. It speeds up to 37 miles per hour, transforming this already stunning coupe into an open-air chariot that connects you directly with the environment in a way that no Targa or removable hardtop ever could. The haunch over the rear wheels is muscular without being brutish, accommodating the wide rubber required to put down 612 horsepower while maintaining that classic Ferrari proportion that photographers spend hours trying to capture perfectly. Moving to the rear, the quad exhaust tips are centered and positioned to create a symphony that we'll discuss in detail momentarily, flanked by LED taillights that stretch across the width of the car in a modern interpretation of classic design language. The diffuser is functional art, channeling air from beneath the vehicle to reduce lift and increase stability at the Roma Spider's top speed of 199 miles per hour. Now, let's talk about what happens when you press the start button and wake up that twin-turbocharged 3.9-liter V8. The exhaust sound of the Roma Spider is nothing short of intoxicating, a complex layering of mechanical symphony that begins with a purposeful rumble at idle, the kind of sound that makes pedestrians stop mid-conversation and turn their heads instinctively toward the source. At low RPMs, there's a deep, bassy note that reverberates through your chest, a reminder that you're sitting atop engineering that produces 760 Newton-meters of torque, but it's when you extend the right pedal that the Roma Spider reveals its true vocal character. As the tachometer needle sweeps past 4,000 RPM, the exhaust note transforms from cultured gentleman to Italian opera star hitting the high notes. There's a raspy, razor-sharp edge to the sound that's distinctly Ferrari, a mechanical scream that builds in intensity and pitch as you approach the 7,000 RPM redline. The turbochargers add their own character to the symphony, providing subtle whooshing and whistling undertones during throttle transitions, especially when you lift off aggressively, and the engine compression creates those delicious overrun burbles and pops that echo off buildings and tunnel walls. With the top down, you're immersed in this acoustic experience in a way that simply isn't possible in the coupe. Every gear change from the lightning-quick 8-speed dual-clutch transmission is punctuated by a bark from the exhaust that's immediately followed by the next wave of acceleration as the power hits you like a freight train. Downshifts are accompanied by perfectly tuned throttle blips that create a staccato of explosive pops. And when you're driving through mountain roads with rock faces on either side, the sound bounces back at you in stereo, creating an amphitheater of automotive audio that no sound system could ever replicate. But the Roma Spider isn't just about straight-line drama and noise. Let's pop open the door and step inside to explore an interior that redefines what a modern Ferrari cabin should be. Settling into the driver's seat, you're immediately enveloped in an environment that balances cutting-edge technology with traditional Italian craftsmanship. The seats themselves are supportive enough for spirited driving, yet comfortable enough for transcontinental journeys, upholstered in the finest leather that Ferrari's artisans can source, with optional contrast stitching that traces every seam with surgical precision. Dead ahead, you're greeted by a massive 16-inch fully digital instrument cluster that's completely customizable, allowing you to prioritize navigation, performance data, or classic analog-style gauges depending on your mood and driving scenario. To your right, the center console is dominated by an 8.4-inch vertically mounted touchscreen that controls everything from climate settings to drive modes. And if you opt for the passenger display, your co-pilot gets their own screen to monitor your speed, check navigation, or control entertainment functions without reaching across the cabin. The steering wheel is pure Ferrari racing heritage, a flat-bottomed, thick-rimmed piece of automotive jewelry festooned with buttons and controls that put everything you need at your fingertips without ever requiring you to remove your hands from the 10-2 position. There's the Manettino dial on the right that cycles through driving mode from wet to sport to race, each recalibrating the transmission behavior, suspension stiffness, and stability control intervention to match your desired level of involvement. The left side features your turn signals, high beam controls, and wiper functions, while the spokes contain phone controls and voice command buttons. Looking down at the center tunnel, you'll find Ferrari's signature gate-style gear selector, a piece of sculptural aluminum that references the manual gearboxes of decades past, even though this is a fully automatic transmission. Sliding it rearward engages drive, forward is reverse, and pressing the button on top activates neutral. Just ahead of the gear selector sits that brilliant wind deflector button we mentioned earlier. Press it, and a transparent panel rises from behind the front seats, creating an aerodynamic barrier that reduces turbulence in the cabin by approximately 30%, meaning you can actually have a conversation at highway speeds without shouting, though honestly, with that exhaust note, you might not want to talk at all. The material quality throughout the cabin is exceptional, from the Alcantara on the headliner to the carbon fiber accents on the dashboard and door cards. And every switch, button, and control operates with the satisfying mechanical precision that signals serious engineering underneath the surface. The 2+2 seating configuration means there are technically rear seats, though these are best described as occasional emergency seats for small children or additional luggage space for those long-distance touring adventures the Roma Spider was designed to conquer. Speaking of conquering distances, let's discuss how this machine actually drives. Because on paper, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds and a top speed of 199 miles per hour might sound like pure track weapon territory, but Ferrari specifically positioned the Roma Spider as a grand touring convertible. And that mission statement is evident the moment you engage drive and roll out onto the road. In comfort mode with the suspension in its softest setting, the Roma Spider rides with a suppleness that belies its performance credentials. Sure, you're aware you're driving something special, but the car isn't constantly reminding you by beating you up over expansion joints or amplifying every imperfection in the pavement. The steering is perfectly weighted, communicative enough to tell you exactly what the front tires are doing, but not so heavy that parking maneuvers become an Olympic event, and visibility is surprisingly good for a mid-engine exotic, with slim A-pillars and large mirrors that actually show you what's happening around the car. Twist that Manettino dial from comfort to sport, and the Roma Spider's personality shifts noticeably. The throttle response sharpens, the transmission holds gears longer and downshifts more aggressively under braking, and the exhaust valves open earlier in the rev range, unleashing more of that glorious V8 soundtrack into the cabin and surrounding environment. The twin-turbo setup means there's virtually no lag, just a relentless surge of torque from around 2,000 RPM all the way to redline, and the way this car accelerates in the middle of the rev range is simply devastating. Punch the throttle at 4,000 RPM in third gear, and you're catapulted forward with enough force to make your passenger grab the door handle and let out an involuntary gasp. Click the Manettino to race mode, and now you're dealing with a completely different animal. The stability control loosens its protective grip, the gearbox shifts become more violent and immediate, and the suspension stiffens to minimize body roll through corners, transforming the Roma Spider from elegant cruiser to apex hunting predator. The brakes are carbon ceramic units that provide incredible stopping power with perfect pedal feel. And the way this car changes direction through a series of S-curves is nothing short of remarkable for something wearing grand touring credentials. Yes, it's more comfortable and less razor-sharp than a Ferrari F8 or SF90. But that's entirely intentional, because the Roma Spider is designed for the driver who wants to cross countries in comfort and style, but still wants the option to attack a mountain pass when the opportunity presents itself. As we mentioned at the beginning, the 2026 model year represents the final chapter for the Roma Spider, with Ferrari expected to replace it with a successor tentatively called the Amalfi for the 2027 model year, which means this might be your last opportunity to own this particular interpretation of the front-engine V8 convertible Grand Tour before Ferrari moves on to whatever evolution they have planned next. Looking at the complete package, the timeless exterior design that references Ferrari's most elegant era, the exhaust sound that combines refinement and fury in equal measure, the interior that coddles you in leather and technology while keeping you connected to the driving experience, and the driving dynamics that deliver both crushing performance and long-distance comfort. The 2026 Ferrari Roma Spider stands as a fitting swan song for this nameplate. This is a car that doesn't demand you choose between enjoying the journey and demolishing the stopwatch, between looking good and going fast, between technological advancement and emotional connection. It simply delivers all of these things simultaneously in a package that, with the top down and the sun on your face, and that V8 singing its song just inches behind your head, reminds you exactly why Ferrari remains the most evocative name in automotive history.